Hi there. In this video, we are going to train you on write out or join with a practical example. Again, we will also show you what not to do at your job. First and foremost, let's discuss what is a write out or join. Write out or join is pretty much similar to the left out or join, except for instead of picking all the data from the left table, you're going to pick all the data from the other, from the right table. In this case, the right table is authors and the left table is books, right? So you're going to pick all the data from the right table. And there is a keyword that you're going to use is write out or join. And by the way, if you haven't watched my previous videos on inner join and left outer join, please do so in the order inner join first and then left outer join for you to understand what I am training you on in this video, right? So the keyword is write outer join here, and the condition is authorid equal to authorid. So the write outer join, it's going to pull all the records from authors table and compares with the authors that wrote some books. So why we are writing this SQL, the idea behind is your job might ask you to display all the authors who are on paid contract by your bookstore, but never published a book, right? I mean, obviously, either they're missing deadlines or you're wasting money on the wrong author who was never able to complete their work, right? I mean, it's a decision that need to be made by the bookstore, but you as a SQL developer are going to provide those insights, right? So in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to select all the books, and then you're going to use write out or join on others, and you're gonna put a condition here. And this is not the right way to write this SQL because, like I said in my previous videos, never use the star, which means never display all the columns in both these tables. Always handpick, cherry pick the columns that you want to display in order for you to provide the insights that are required and requested by your job, right? So that being said, let me execute this SQL and explain the outcome of it. Here, you need to realize that a book, multiple books can be written by the same author. So you can see that author 6 wrote like book 1 and book 16 as well. But however, because we're using write out or join, it's going to display all the authors from the author table, and it's going to connect them with the books they wrote, right? But if you scroll down, you will see author 5 and author 9 did not publish any books. There might be various reasons, but that's the bookstore admins or management to decide. However, they requested you to display all the authors who did not write any books, right? Publish any books. So if you want to be even more specific, you can actually say book ID is null, right? Again, always use aliases in front of your columns. In this case, anyway, we are following a bad practice by putting star here. So I'm not putting a alias here, but the right way to do is put an alias here, right? And then when you execute the SQL, it's going to just show the authors who did not write any books, right? So moving on to the next one, which you should not do. Again, watch my previous videos. If you use author ID here, author ID exists in both books and authors. But if you don't put an alias, the SQL will get confused from which table it needs to pick up author ID. It doesn't know better, so you have to tell it. So hence, it's gonna throw an error, right? So this is a very poor way of writing the SQL. And now, what is the right way of doing things is always use aliases and always display the columns that you need. You should not display the entire world, because you asked to do. Usually amateurs and beginners, they tend to use the stars while writing SQLs that will expose your experience. So hence what I always recommend is pick the columns that you need to display and make sure your joins are properly written, right? And in here, I'm going to execute this. So now it clearly displays the book ID and the book titles and the author who wrote these books. again, you can clearly see which authors haven't published any books so far, right? Again, if you want to be very specific, you can also do this like I have done it in the first SQL. Book ID is null, right? And then if you execute the SQL, it's going to display only those authors who did not publish any books. This is only for your example, as an example, but right order join is not highly used at your job, right? When you go to job, with in my 20 years of experience, probably I would have used maybe 10, 15 times. The most popular ones are inner and left outer join. So, but right order join is something you should know as a concept, and also you should thoroughly practice as well.